if the whole law goes down, the death rate in the United States will go up beginning in 2014. Because we know that the number of uninsured people will not go down, it will go up, and that growth in the number of uninsured people increases the number of people who die. So it's pretty straightforward as far as I can tell. We'll also have enormous chaos in the delivery system. But how that'll play out exactly is hard to know.
And again, if there are implications for Medicare as well. If the law is struck down, the insolvency date for Medicare gets closer.
Well, again, it depends what the court does. I mean, if the court basically says everything that happened since March of 2010 is invalid, you have a hell of a mess on your hands. But it's sort of hard to imagine they would do that. Or they would, to make things even more confused, they might do that, but then leave it to lower courts to figure out what that actually means. So nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Well, what effect would that have on the current debate about entitlement spending as it relates to Medicare?
I'm sure partisans on both sides would claim it proves their point, but in terms of practical matters, no one knows what the effect of that would be. We've never had a situation like this before, where a court said everything that's happened in the last 2.5 years in a major federal government program is invalid, and so we have to figure it out all over again.
Would it put some weight behind Republican arguments that we need to significantly decrease spending?
I don't know how it would do that. We'd save a fortune by gutting Medicaid, so in terms of the overall federal budget, it frees up more money.
The health law, since it's been passed, has faced some public opinion challenges. If the health law is upheld, how does the Obama administration deal with that?
Well, I think as best as anyone can tell, the reaction to the health law has been founded in an extraordinary amount of misinformation about what's actually in it and what it will actually do. And it seems to me there's no better way of educating the public about what the law will do and what effects it will have than actually just proceeding to implement it. I think when people begin to see exchanges offering a range of subsidized insurance products, I think when they begin to see some of the other things that are happening and not happening as a result of the legislation, that public opinion will catch up.
So do you think that if the law is upheld, is the administration's problem essentially solved because it's then the law of the land and people will move forward? Is it that simple?
Well, I don't know if it's solved. I think we have a very profound challenge as a democratic society in the growing disjunction between what's actually occurring in the world and what the public seems to believe. I think our challenge in some ways is just as severe as public beliefs about global warming and energy policy, for example. And I think as a society that's a profound challenge. But in terms of the administration getting through the next couple of years, I think all you can do is keep your head down and go ahead and put the law into place.